Hey everyone, Suzanne Harper here with the Sharper View. Today I'm going to do a very impromptu get ready with me. And I'm going to focus mostly on the eyes. I'm not going to go through the whole makeup process. I do have another video in my catalog showing me doing my makeup from start to finish. But today, I want to dedicate this video to anybody suffering from vision loss, low vision, or just anybody that has a hard time doing their makeup because they have to wear glasses and they can't see without them. So what I've already done, I already have my foundation on. I've done my under eye camouflage. The next step actually will be the concealer that I use. This is El Maquillage concealer. I fell for their ad. It came up in my feed one day on Facebook and I ordered a bunch of their products. This is the only thing I kept. I like it. It's a very good concealer. It shows you how much product you have left, and it's good. It's a good product. So I'm just gonna do the concealer around my eyes first. And this goes on after you put on your foundation, which I was doing wrong personally. But I found out, okay, when you're putting on this concealer, you want your you want your foundation totally dry, and you're just gonna tap it in, always using your ring finger. You don't want to stretch that skin around your eyes. Very fragile. You don't have any oil glands basically there. So, you know, especially as you get older, you can stretch that skin and it's gonna not have any elasticity to it. So, you know, I say be kind. What I'm gonna do is my hair, when I finish, I am not gonna wear my hair, I'm gonna put a wig on called Spotlight by Raquel Welch. And it's fabulous. I wore it in my last video, my last two videos, as a matter of fact. And it's in the color Iced Cafe Latte. Okay, so this is tapped in. And I'm not gonna do anything else with it until it's dry. And then I'm gonna put a brightening finishing powder on. Today I'm going to use Laura Geller. Again, she's like my go-to. And I want to show you, especially if you're a low vision person, a very easy, foolproof way to put on eyeliner. And it's going to look great. Let me start by saying it's going to look great because it's a smoky eye look. You don't have to be worried about being perfect. If God had meant for our makeup to be perfect, He would have given us symmetrical faces. And none of us have perfect faces. They're off a little bit on each side, so all the better for us, especially if we have a hard time seeing what we're doing. Now, I don't have my brows on. I don't have my lashes on yet, but I'm gonna start with my eyeshadow. And this is the brush I use for all my shadows. And even if they get mixed in together, it doesn't matter because I'm blending. I'm gonna blend all the colors together anyhow, okay? So I'm gonna start with a base. It's a yellow base. It's actually part of the compact. This is very well used. You can see this is my favorite one. But I'm gonna do yellow base everywhere. And when you're a little bit vision impaired, you do a lot of this by sense of touch, okay? And that's what I'm doing. I'm doing a lot of this by touch. And I don't know, I think I mentioned it before that when you're applying makeup, it's almost like playing the piano, where you have muscle memory when you play the piano, so you know which key to hit next. The same thing kind of holds true with your makeup application, believe it or not. So, okay, the next color I'm going to apply is going to be on my lids, and it's going to be a shimmery copper. And again, I'm doing this by touch. Okay. The other one, and you know, when you dip into your eyeshadow color, dip the brush in and, you know, stir it up a little, okay? You want to make sure you get a good amount of pigment on your brush. Okay, so here's the other eye. And there you are. Okay. You know, my vision's a little, it's pretty good today. I must say I'm very happy. Because from one day to the next, I don't know how good it's going to be. And since I'm doing this up close and personal makeup application, I'm glad I can see as well as I'm seeing today. Okay. Now, my next step is going to be the inside crease. Okay, and here we go. And you see how I do an upward movement towards the corner of my eye? Okay, you do the same thing on the other eye. This eye I always find a little more difficult to do that upward movement for some reason. I don't know. It just seems awkward. But there you are. It's that simple. Okay? Now this kind of already gives you an automatic cat eye. Again, it's not perfect. It's not meant to be perfect. We're not looking for perfection here, okay? We just want to enhance what we got going on. Now I'm going to blend everything with a gold shimmer up here by the brows. Same on this side. In my last video, I noticed that I did a really bad job penciling in my brow, or applying my brow line, because I don't pencil it in. I use powder, shadow, and a brush. But I hope you'll show me some grace, and I'm sure you did, because it was obvious after I made the whole video that my brow was off. But hey, you know what? The video was about are you considered elderly at 70? Well, maybe for a minute. Maybe for a minute when it comes to doing your brow line, okay? So here we go. Everything is blended pretty well there. Now, you're at a point where you're going to do your liner next, and you're going to get fallout down here, and I'm going to show you how to remove that fallout without messing up your whole makeup job. So, next thing I want to do is get a flat brush. I don't know if this is angled or not. It really doesn't matter, but you want a brush somewhat like this to apply your liner. Okay, and I'm going to dip it into the navy blue shadow. I kind of like navy blue with my eye color. It really makes them pop. Okay, so what you're going to do is just tap. Tap along the bottom of your eye, and this is where it gets tricky because you're doing this by feel. You're doing this by feeling. Tap, 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 tap. Okay? Does not have to be perfect. And you can see I got some fallout. Okay, not a problem. I'm going to show you how to fix that. Okay, bottom liner's on. Top liner, I like to kind of pull on my lid a little. Okay, you're going to do this right up next to the lash line. Tap, tap, tap. That's all you got to do. Tap, tap, tap. Now you can extend this out and make a cat eye. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Okay, but look at that. Almost perfection, okay? Now, this little business down here, you just need to get yourself some moisturizing lotion and a Q-tip. Put it in the palm of your hand. Swirl the Q-tip in it. Okay? One time only, okay? Uh-oh, see what happens? Okay, now you're gonna use the dry side. One time only. Throw the Q-tip away, don't use it again. Get a brand new one. Swirl. One time only. Okay, throw it away. Now, here comes the piece de resistance. Because I'm gonna make this bottom liner perfect. Okay. Your Q-tip has been swirled in moisturizing lotion. Okay. Now, if there's any doubt that you had a clean line, you have a clean line now. See? Flip it over. There you go. All right. Again, it may not be perfect, okay? But look, you've got liner on. And if you're vision impaired and you have come this far, you're doing fantastic, okay? Let's do the other eye the same way. Okay. Again, we're gonna do it by touch. I can see better, actually, for this eye. Tap along the lash line. Tap, 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 tap. Okay. And if you think it's too thick, doesn't matter. You can straighten it out with your Q-tip. Okay. Now let's do the upper. Tap along the lash line. You only have to tap one time. Okay, you've got eyeliner. This is it. Let's clean up our little mess here. You know, it wasn't this easy when I had 20/20 vision. I'm not kidding you. I never knew this method of doing this and what a difference it makes. You don't, see again, I threw the Q-tip away. I didn't reuse it. You don't have to be perfect. Okay. And last but not least, I'm going to do that line to make it a little thinner. There we go. One time. Okay, that's all you gotta do. See, I just got more, that navy blue. That navy blue is brutal. Okay. think there's more over there too. The thing about using the lotion, it really blends right in with your foundation. So you really don't mess things up too much. Okay? Okay. All right. Now, what I would do next is blend again. And maybe a little more. Okay. Blend, blend, blend. We're making progress. Now, if you feel like you've messed up your foundation under your eyes, getting rid of the fallout, just take a little bit on a Q-tip. And fix it up. Tap, tap, tap with your ring finger. Let's do the same on the other side. Tap, tap, tap. Okay. Let's let this dry. What you're gonna do is follow up with some brightening powder, but in the meantime, I'm gonna put on some mascara. And I am putting on fake lashes today too. I'm gonna show you how I feel my way through that. But I always start with a base of mascara. And the reason for that is you need something to lay that lash onto. And mascara is a very good base. Okay. I always curl my lashes. Okay, there we go. Maybe once more. Somebody said once to count to 20 when you do this. Not sure it's all that necessary, but might be a good rule of thumb. Okay, here we go. Lashes are curled. Next step I'm going to do is mascara, and then I'm going to do my brows. Yeah. Okay, this is this mascara is by Tarte. I'll show it to you. I can't really see it, the name of it. Apologies, but you know, this is what we're dealing with. And this is a real rich black mascara. This line of cosmetics is not cheap. Some things I splurge on, some things I won't splurge on. Okay, this has a very nice presentation. Okay, and I don't know if you know that the rule of thumb with mascara is that you should toss it after 6 months. I'm guilty of not doing that in many cases, especially when I spend a lot for the mascara, but they say just to make sure there's no bacteria or anything growing in there that's going to end up on your eyes. Okay, so here again, I'm going to do my mascara by touch, by feel. You don't really need a lot. I would wiggle it back and forth like people do when they apply, but again, I'm doing a low vision application, and I don't want to have to clean up smudges. So, there we go. I mean, even if I wasn't going to put on fake eyelashes today, this is very presentable to go anywhere. What you see. Okay. And I'm going to do my brows next. And to do my brows, I'm going to use a brush like this. It's almost like a painter's brush. It's not real thick. And I hope I do a better job than I did in my last video where I had like a double eyebrow going on. Yeah, that was a little embarrassing. Fortunately, I didn't get any trollish comments. Maybe they just haven't posted it yet, but you know. As I say, when somebody is a low vision person, you have to show them some grace, okay? Yeah, okay, so, rule of thumb, before I even do anything, right there is where your brow should end, okay? I'll try. And I don't add a lot of thickness to my brows. That's just not the look I'm into. Doesn't mean you can't. If you like that look. Do you see how I'm going above my brow line? I think I kind of made that a little too thick. Okay. There's one brow. Let's do the other one. Here again, when it comes to brows, no such thing as perfection because you'll never have one brow match the other one exactly. Okay. Today I did take the tweezers and pluck out some brow that I had growing back in, which was no easy feat. I couldn't really see the hairs. But you know, we do what we gotta do. Okay. I like to have them match as much as I can, because I can't see that much to really make corrections. So I know here it looks like something a little thicker than and a little more square. I don't know that I can copy that on the other side, but I'm telling you, it's not really gonna matter. Okay, ladies, we have brows. See, your brows are meant to open up your eyes and give you a lift. And the way I fill in my brows above, a little bit above my brow bone, that gives you a little bit of an eye lift. So, try it. Okay, I know what I wanted to ask. Did you watch my last video? I have been experimenting with green screens, and the last video I did and the one before that as well, I have an ocean behind me and a breeze blowing in off the ocean. And boy, I wish I could say that was my beach house or I was on a cruise or something like that, but no, it was the magic of green screen. That was the green screen ocean. Hope you enjoyed it. I love doing green screen. I find it really fun and creative, but it's also a lot of work. So a lot of times I will just shoot a video as is where I'm at, and but the green screen is a lot of fun. So I hope you enjoyed. Okay, next we're gonna do the lashes, the faux lashes, but I wanna prep them a little bit before I put them on. Okay, one more step under the eyes before I do my lashes. I want to put some brightening powder under my eyes. Take care of those shadows. And this is Laura Mercier. Okay. Laura Mercier brightening powder. Or Laura Mercier, if you want to pretend you're French. I don't care what language you speak, the stuff works. It's a great product. It's a little bit pricey, again. Something I would splurge on because it really does a good job. Okay, shaking off the excess. And I'm pretty dark under the eyes. You know, it just is what it is. This brightening powder really makes a difference. Now, I do want to say this. Normally, I don't use a filter. Some videos I do. It just depends on how the shadows under my eyes show up on camera. Sometimes I don't need a thing. Sometimes I need a lot of help. So most of my videos are raw, but sometimes I do use a filter and I recommend it, okay? You don't get any medals for going on camera and not looking your best, okay? Just a thought. Okay, I have a nice coating of glue on the lash. Let me ask you this, do you reuse your lashes once you've used them? You can. I usually don't. I'm like a lash snob when it comes to that. I like fresh new lashes each time. So the key to this is to let your glue set up before you lay it on your lash. And what you're doing is laying this on your lash as close to your skin as you can get it. You can pretty much feel it. Let me brighten up my light here. Okay. So usually at this point, I am just going to blow on it, let it set up, and God willing, I'll get this lash on with one attempt. Now, I kid you not, when I first started doing false eyelashes, especially for videos, sometimes it would take me an hour. Sometimes I'd take them off, put them on, take them off, put them on 4 or 5 times. And then I'd have to maybe break out a new pair because I put so much glue on them. So take your time. Okay, and what you're going to do, you're going to do a lot of this by feeling. Okay, I'm going to feel where the end of my eye is and stretch it out a little. And I'm just going to lay that right down on my lash. Now remember, you can move it around. I don't know, you tell me. The trick to this is to leave it alone. Once you've laid it down where you think you want it. But in my case, since I'm, low vision, I have to feel around. Usually you just want to leave it alone. Let it set up, let it dry, leave it be. Leave it alone, even though you're tempted to touch it, mess around with it. You're only hurting yourself if you do that, okay? what I will do if my husband's home, I let him check my lashes before I go on camera. If he's not home, I will take a picture of my eyes or even do a video of my eyelashes with my iPad. And then when I play it back, I enlarge and I can see exactly how my lashes look. Because sometimes they look okay when you put them on. And then when you make a video, they're like all over the place. They're flopping here and flopping there. You know, you thought you had them glued down and they're not. Sometimes they're just laying on your lash. Yeah. I mean, I've done that many times. I thought my my fake eyelash was connected to something and it was just out there in space, just laying there. Okay, so while that's drying, I'm going to do the other eye. Okay, again, we're gonna stretch it a little bit and lay it right on there. All right. Okay, there we go. I don't know if left eye matches the right eye. Sometimes your lashes may be up a little higher on one side than the other. I just do the best I can. Okay, this side I'm just gonna leave alone. Give you kind of a close-up view. Tell me in comments what you think. Did I nail it? Okay, let me put on a little lipstick. And I'm using Tarte. This is my fave. My all-time favorite is Tarte. And I use their lip gloss over my lipstick. I don't use lip liner. I'm not saying you shouldn't. I just got out of the habit of doing it because I just felt like it was an unnecessary step. I do my lips by feel too. When I tell you I could probably put my lipstick on without a mirror, I probably could. Because it's all by feeling, you know? Sometimes you like to overline your lips a little to make them look fuller. I find the lip gloss gives you a nice plump look. This is a lip plumping lip gloss. There. Just make sure you don't have lip gloss on your teeth. Okay? I mean, not that it matters in the real world, but I've shot whole videos before, which is a lot of work. And then at the end, I saw that I had lip gloss on my teeth, and it was like, man, that is upsetting. It's a lot of work for naught. Okay, I'm gonna put on some blush, and then I want to introduce you to today's hair, which is Spotlight by Raquel Welch. Raquel Welch, and God bless her soul, made a lot of ladies very happy with the beautiful products in her wig line. Okay, let me do some blush. We're gonna go up. I do my chin, I do the tip of my nose. Blush here. By the way, I mean, it's up to you, but I really do not use powder anymore. I use a foundation that's luminous. I don't use any matte foundation anymore. I use Lumi by L'Oreal, which is, you know, kind of a cheap drugstore brand. But the results are fabulous. Okay, everyone, here she is presenting Spotlight by Raquel Welch. And this is in the color Iced Cafe Latte. And at least in this wig line, if something is called iced, if the word iced is in the color, the name of the color of the wig, it's usually kind of frosted or highlighted around the face. When they say iced, you can think of frosted around the face. This is a very low density wig, which is fabulous in that you're not overwhelmed with hair. You're not overpowered by it. It's very natural. It's a very fine texture, and just a beautiful, beautiful piece. I will tell you that I don't skimp, or I try not to skimp on my wigs, okay? I usually pick them up during closeout sales, and I'm usually spending around $300 for a wig. And some of you may think that's crazy, but anybody that's in the wig world will tell you, if you want a high quality wig that you're not going to throw away after you wear a few times because it looks like shit, spend the money, okay? This is a lace front. I don't know if you can see that, but that lace lays right on your hairline and magically makes the hair of the wig look like it's growing out of your hairline. Okay, I did kind of shampoo the lace today with just a cotton swab and some shampoo, and then I rinsed it a little because it was getting all kind of gummed up with my blush and foundation. Now, some people that do wig reviews will tell you you should get your foundation on that lace to make it blend and look more natural. I'm not a big believer in that. I like to keep my wig as clean as I can. I probably shampoo her after 4 or 5 wears, maybe even sooner if I'm wearing her outside, because the elements in the air really attract to these fibers. Okay, let me put her on. I'll be right back with Spotlight. And I'm back wearing Spotlight. And what do you think? Did I just take off about 30 years? Well, I'll tell you something. If you're not a wig wearer, consider becoming one if you're 70 or older, because no matter how good you think your hair is, you may be sporting old lady hair. I call it old lady hair. I mean, my hair, it's okay. It's not great, but I can look so much better wearing one of these. And they're fun. Look at this. Oh my God. Okay, Melania Trump, eat your heart out. Well, you know what? I don't know why she popped into my head. Probably because of these curtain bang things going on here. Kind of reminded me of her hairstyle. All right, so here I am. I'm ready to go. I'm glad you got ready with me today. My name is Suzanne Harper, and this was the Sharper View. Again, what I did was eye makeup. Focus on the eye makeup application for people with vision problems or low vision. And don't give up. There's no reason you have to give up the glam. If you're into the glam, keep doing it. Do it as long as you can. I intend to, because it makes me happy. you know? Anything that makes you feel good, I say do it. Okay, so thanks for joining me today. I think me and the hubs are gonna go out to dinner. So I will see you in the next one, everyone. Thank you so much for stopping by. My name is Suzanne Harper. The channel is The Sharper View, and I would love it if you like the video. Please give me a like. Please subscribe to the channel, because the more the merrier. And if you enjoy these kind of videos, especially makeup videos, get ready with me videos, I intend to do more, and the hits just keep on coming. Everyone, mwah, you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.